You sort of talking about the life of luxury, of being very personal and close to Benny. To talk about that, because on one hand, you hear about the grandma giving that check, the last minute check, in hopes that she'll be financially free and being coerced and give the money on the TV screen. Yeah. But then there's the other side of the looking glass, which is that money on the other end.
Totally.
Talk about that.
If you were to enter into the other side, you would see massive wealth, massive spending, lavish lifestyle, living it up. I'm talking like it'd make you maybe more angry than righteous anger. So you'd have to keep giving that to the Lord. And that's why I'm grateful that people get fired up. But you would see, every teenager in his family, like with a Benz. You'd see him with his Bentley. You'd see us shopping on Rodeo. You'd see his, $8 million or whatever house it was in Ritz Cove. And then, which the ministry sold now to liquidate, but then the property next to him that he bought just to have a lawn so that their black lab Mercedes could go pee. Like that, $15 million in land assets, and then driving the highlight, flying in the Gulf Streams, staying in the Burj Al Arab Hotel in Dubai in the Royal Suite, $25,000 a night. That's just what his room was. And by the way, really not funny story. I don't glorify the sin at all. I'm just saying how close we all were. The suite was so massive that it was hey, a couple of you guys stay with me. And so the rest of the ministry team had other suites in the hotel, including my dad and many others. We were all on the trip. But me and Michael Koulianos, his son-in-law now, Jessica's husband, me and Michael, we shared a room. And, I lived that life. We would go to London and stay in one of the nicest hotels in the city, the Landsborough Hotel. And we'd go to, Greece and stay at the Grand Resort in Lagonisi and the Prime Minister's Suite. And this, everything was so maxed out. And then what would happen is his CEO would call him and say, you're overspending. That we got to clean this up. Or, you're burning through funds too fast. And what you would see then, and this is where it's the reason I brought up earlier that me and Mike have never talked, is everything he's researched. I've got a story literally to corroborate, and all of us have Bible passages to prove it all. And what would be happening on the other side of that is, okay, well, bring in Muncie. So Steve Muncie, I don't know if people know who that guy is, but if you were a regular watching my uncle's programming, the blonde hair, the guy out of Chicago, he is a master money man. I call them all the money men. Mike Murdoch, who is another one, Steve Muncie. One time my dad was brought in Paris, France. He raised $1 million in a service. They were guys who were brought in and they would go on the program. So Muncie would come on, This Is Your Day. So imagine the tandem, okay? CEO calls, y'all are crazy, you're spending too much money, this is nuts. Millions and millions of dollars just going out the door constantly. Then what do we need to do? Okay, we need to go hard for the next couple of months. So my uncle would call, you got Oral Roberts coming on the program, you'd have Steve Muncie, Mike Murdoch, whoever else, and the daily program globally is raising money. And he's going, I want you to some of you can give $7,000, some of you can give $700, some of you $7. If you want God to bless you, if you that breakthrough right now, go to the phone. And at the same time, he's going to do the telethon for TBN, and all that's happening. Millions and millions of dollars would come flooding back in. Now, here's the best part, and not best in a good way for us, but best meaning for them. You're going to go pack out a stadium in India or Africa or some other country, Brazil, wherever. What do? You tell all the Americans who watch your program all that God's been doing and then all that he's going to do. And then all the wealthy Americans say, wow, I can't go, but this will be on my account in heaven. Not only that, I'll be blessed now, and I want to be debt-free and free. And so you get all them to give to the crusade. You already have more than enough money to pull it all off, but now you've even pre-raised a huge wave of millions coming in, and all the expenses, all of these things to take the gospel around the world, the healing gospel of Jesus Christ around the world, costs money. Salvation is free, but there's a cost, and we want to save the lost at any cost. And you have all these taglines, and he's losing it right now.
Yeah, I'm laughing because he's doing this right now.
Bro, I'm telling you.
Costi, I don't know if right now on his YouTube channel.
No,
like
I haven't
past
seen
month
it.
or
I probably
two.
should check.
So here's what they're doing. They're saying, the gospel is free, but it's spreading is not cheap.
Dude, I
or something
literally
like
just
that.
made that up right now, like from the old days. And so that's what's happening right now.
Yeah.
I keep hearing it, but let me give you guys a specific example. You're talking about fundraising that's disingenuous, right? Like, so yeah, you don't
Okay.
really need the funds for what you're saying.
Yeah.
Right now, and I haven't vetted all this because I'm not spending much time on this at the moment, so I just am aware of it. Right now, they're saying we need money like never before. And now he goes on Stephen Strang. He goes, I probably won't be needing to do much fundraising. I'm coming to the end of my race.
Oh, bro.
Literally within that same week on his YouTube channel, he's sitting there with one of his sycophants, and they're on there, and he's saying, we need money like never before. We need you to give like never before. And then the reason is this, because we're translating everything Benny Hinn says, all of his videos, into, I think it's 12 different languages. And they're going to use AI so that it looks like his mouth is moving and it's AI.
Oh,
So his
man.
voice is literally speaking in a foreign language.
Oh, dude.
Here's what's weird. You can do that for free with AI.
Yeah.
You can do that for free. And he's saying they need money like never before. At the same time, on Stephen Strang, he's like, I don't need to do much fundraising anymore, because that's part of the fake repentance, is see like, oh, this isn't even a big thing. Don't worry about it. When you describe this, I'm like, that sounds like exactly what's happening now. Is there's
Bro.
just a continual desire to take the proper good intentions of his followers. I want to see the gospel go out. I want to see people get saved. I want to see miracles and wonderful things happening in people's lives. I'll donate to that. And then it's like they're doing something where they could probably hire one intern
Yep.
to do it for the cost of just the one person's paycheck, and that's it.
Yeah.